It's Dr. Jamie Turndorf. So, when I had that severe injury to my leg a couple of weeks ago and had emergency surgery, it would have been so easy for me to fall into a pit of despair. But to prevent this, I just consciously took note of the pain and the suffering of other people. My live-in aid sister had a stroke when she was a teen. She's been crippled since then. Her son has disabling epilepsy. The clerk who checked me out after my staples were removed on Thursday told me about her poor sister who was born with cerebral palsy and lives with depression. All these sad stories reminded me to be grateful for the struggles I have. So when you find yourself drowning in grief over a lost loved one, please try to find gratitude wherever and however you can, because gratitude raises your vibration and it'll be easier for you to reconnect with your loved one in spirit when your vibration is higher. And when you reconnect, your gratitude will grow even stronger, which will make it even easier for you to reconnect and stay connected. If you'd like me to help you jumpstart your reconnection with any loved one in spirit, visit me at askdrlove.com/grief relief and schedule a grief relief session with me today. Hi, it's Dr. Jamie Turndorf. Did you know that those in spirit vibrate at a higher rate than those who walk the earth plane? So if you want to reconnect and communicate with loved ones in spirit, it's vital to raise your vibration. Think about the analogy of a TV channel. If you're on channel 2 and your loved one's on channel 9, you're going to miss each other's transmissions. When your vibration is raised, you can more easily send and receive energetic communications to and from the spirit realm. A quick way to raise your vibration is to find gratitude wherever you can. Gratitude for the smallest gifts, like a slice of sun on your skin, clean water to drink, a delicious meal, a warm shower. When your vibration is higher, it's going to be easier to reconnect and stay connected to your loved ones in spirit. And if you'd like me to help you jumpstart your reconnection, help you obtain guidance from a loved one in spirit, or heal any unfinished business that you may be harboring, grab one of my discounted grief relief sessions at askdrlove.com/grief relief. See you there. Hi, it's Dr. Jamie Turndorf. In this video, we're talking about how our loved ones in spirit move heaven and earth to assist us and why it's important for you to notice. So my current home health aide arrived at my house with so many illnesses. She had a productive cough that was beyond anything I'd ever seen. The first night at my house, I had to give her a magnesium massage to help her foot and leg pain. She's extremely obese. She suffers from severe diarrhea, insomnia, and diabetes. I instantly received a download on what was wrong with her and what she needs to heal. And I told her I'm sure that the wheat she's eating is tearing her guts up and giving her the productive cough. And I told her if she removes the wheat and eats what I tell her, the cough will go away immediately. And I told her if she eats the way I instruct, her diabetes will be gone in a month. So she allowed me to give her a homemade organic pancake made from blanched almond flour, coconut flour, and tapioca flour. And sure enough, after the meal, her cough and diarrhea was gone. And I also began dousing her with electromagnesium, and her pain disappeared, and she began sleeping. Now, after only 1 week with me, she is a new woman. With her lower carb diet, her insulin levels have dropped, and she's lost 10 pounds already. So, the thought occurred to me that she was sent to me so that I could heal her. And now that I've helped her, my work with her is done. And it also occurred to me that my accident may have been part of a larger plan that would enable me to meet people who needed my help, people I never would have met otherwise, including the medic I met during the ambulance ride to the hospital. She started telling me about her daughter who suffers from anxiety and depression. And during the ride to the hospital, I began texting her links to electromagnesium and my books. And that helped me focus on helping someone else instead of paying attention to my excruciating pain. Now all my aide's friends and family have been lining up for help, including her son, who suffers from epilepsy. So last week, I was sitting in my wheelchair on my driveway when my neighbor Barbie was walking by, and my aide began shouting at her dog. And my neighbor came up to me and said, "I don't know how you can tolerate this aide." And If my aide hadn't behaved this way, my neighbor wouldn't have felt moved to come over to me and find me someone new. And she told me that she knows a circle of female aides and nurses because her husband's homebound with Parkinson's and he receives in-home care. Now, on Thursday, 2 days ago, I had my post-op visit and my dressing and staples were removed. And when I came out of the office visit, my aide told me that her wheelchair-bound sister, who suffered a stroke as a result of a teen pregnancy decades ago, just had another stroke. And she told me she has to leave me and go to Brooklyn to help her sister. And at that moment, I realized that because the future's already happened, my husband in spirit knew that my aide's sister would be having a stroke the following week, and he was arranging to have a new aide already ready for me. And it was my current aides shouting at my neighbor that motivated my neighbor to help me find a new aide. Everything is part of this matrix. It's all intricately woven. It all has a place and a purpose. So when I called my neighbor on Thursday to say I needed a new aide ASAP, she immediately put me in touch with the RN that she had found for me last week. So I called the RN, and as soon as I heard her voice, I knew she was going to be perfect for me. She came to my house last night, and you will not believe what happened. When the door opened, she asked if she could hug me, and the love that I felt for her was unearthly. And she told me she hasn't worked as a nurse since 2015 because she's been working full-time in her husband's real estate business. And she initially told my neighbor that she couldn't help me because she works full-time for her husband. But get this, right after my neighbor called her on Thursday, all 4 of her husband's spec houses sold immediately on Thursday. So she was miraculously freed so she could help me. As soon as we sat down, she said she felt divinity surrounding me and she was covered in chills. And she said, "Will you be my mother?" And she said her sister wants to know me. And she told me her entire family loves me and wants to welcome me into her family. And she says, "You will never go on a ladder again. My entire family is going to come to you. They're going to help you. They're going to do all the work you need around the house. And we're not charging you," she said. What? I began to cry. I could feel Jean, my husband in spirit, arranging to have me taken care of the way I need. Just like the 23rd Psalm, he prepareth a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. My cup runneth over. This is our birthright as a human. We are supposed to be surrounded in love and opulence. As we spoke, it became clear that Jean orchestrated the real estate miracle so that she could come to me and help me. Then she began telling me her story, and she told me that she was grieving her brother, who had been a mechanic, and he was working under a car when the jack slipped, and the car fell on him and killed him. And she said that she's been so upset because they were estranged at the time of his bodily departure. Oh my goodness. Now it became so clear. Jean sent her so that I could help her to reconnect and heal her relationship with her brother. I told her some stories about how Jean hand delivers people to me who need to reconnect and heal their relationships with loved ones in spirit. I mean, hand delivers, drops my book on their head when they're in the bookstore, turns the radio on when it was off so they can hear my show. Now, at this moment, her brother started to come through to me, and I saw him acting like a clown. I saw he looked like Damon Wayans. And I said that he was goofing around and pretending to be a flamboyant drag queen. And she told me that he used to joke that he had to keep his distance from all his female siblings or else people would think he was gay. Oh, my goodness. And she said that just what I brought her in that moment gave her so much healing. And this amazing story shows you how our loved ones in spirit know what we need, and they move heaven and earth to take care of us. And in the process, we're also being moved to open our hearts and do whatever we can to help heal those who are brought into our path. If you'd like me to help you resume or strengthen your relationship with a loved one in spirit, visit me at askdrlove.com/grief relief and grab one of the few discounted grief relief sessions I'm offering. See you there.